Hi there, welcome to the latest video from Racing Bet Data. What we're going to show you in this video is our new feature, the fast results download that we're going to be introducing into our website over the next few days. Currently you'll be able to find this on the homepage halfway down on the right hand side, and this is a sample of what we're going to be providing to all advanced members, new and existing, no extra cost moving forwards. This file will be provided on a daily basis initially, and then we'll be looking to update this on an hourly basis throughout the day. So the extract that we've got available for you to look at the moment was taken from the 23rd of July, and it is basically a detailed results download file which gives you information throughout the course of the day. All data in there is pretty self-explanatory. So we've got the details of the race name, the going, the headgear, the winning distance, the bet for SP, and then we've got the traded price in play. So this is where the file really comes into its own. So what we've got here is price stamps that were taken at least once a second. Some instances it's a couple of times a second as the race progressed. Now, anyone that knows in-play horse racing will know that the volatility within the market is high. To be able to capture every price movement is nigh on impossible, but capturing price movements every second gives you a flavour and shows you the trends throughout the market in play. So we've got the columns basically show from last traded price right through to the first traded price. So we can look at the horse here, Nicest, who started with a SP of 7.88. Last traded price was 1.07. We'll come to that in a moment. First traded price was 7.8. Quickly jumped out to 8.8 to 10 to 11 within the first few seconds of the race. So as I said about the last traded price, usually you would see this at 1.01 or 1000. 1.01 indicating where the horse won the race, 1000 where it didn't. In this instance, you can see the top two horses traded at the last price at 1.07 and 14 respectively. Now, in this instance, it'll be more than likely that this was a photo finish. So the market suspends when the race finishes, and that's where we take the last price. And in some cases, the market will reopen once the judge is making a decision on the finishing position of each horse. But as I said, for the purpose of this data export, we close the trading once the race is concluded. So that's why these two are not showing as 1.01 and 1000. The last trading prices were slightly different. So we've already had some real positive feedback from people who've used these example files, and are very much looking forward to getting their teeth stuck into this when we roll this out officially on the website over the next few days. We've also had some questions from people, understandably, saying, well, that's great information, it's in a raw form, how can I use it? How can I use it to benefit? So the purpose of this video is to show you an example of how you can start using the info. So I've created two tabs within this separate worksheet here. The first tab, data, is basically the export that I've just shown you with some columns removed and hidden. And then I've got a summary table, which I'll come on to in a moment. So you can instantly see the colors. That's the first thing that stands out. So what we're doing here is simulating a later back trade scenario. For anyone unfamiliar with a later back, is basically where you put two trades into the market. You're laying first at a lower level, and then you're backing at a higher level to generate a green screen, as it's known. Basically, you're profiting whoever wins the race. So the blues are indicating where we're at or above the back price, and the pinks are indicating at or below the lay price. Okay, and I'm just going to scroll across the right hand side. Where you've got these white ones, you're basically in the no man's land between the two. So in this example, we're looking to lay at 9 and back at 50. So you can see anything at or below 9 will be pink, anything at or above 50 will be blue, and anything in between 9 and 50 will be the neutral cells. And then what I've done at the far right hand side is add some formula to determine whether these trades are winning or losing trades. Scroll over to the right hand side, so you can see here we have the two column headers, the 9 and the 50. So that's the lay entry point and the back exit point. And then this is recording the first occurrence in terms of column number where the horse traded at or below 9. And then you're seeing the last occurrence where the horse traded at or above 50. And naturally, where the last occurrence is a lower number than the first occurrence, we've got a winning trade. So if I'm just gonna look for an example here. Most of the time you'll see a 1. It's basically where the horse's last trading price was 1,000. I'm just looking for a win where so we've got on here. So I was just looking for 1. So this will indicate a horse that's won the race, but it still was a successful trade for us. So it's indicating that the first time the horse traded at or below 9 was in column 91, and then the last time it traded at or above 50 was in column 71. So let's just validate that. And the horse's name Sean Says. So we're looking for column 91. So 91, there you go. That was the first point in the race that the horse traded at or below 9, and as you can see, it went from 9.4 to 16 to 9.4 to 10.5, and then dropped down to 6.6. So it actually traded at 6.6, and that would be the point that our lay bet was matched. And then if we go back and look at 71, there we go. So 71, this is where the horse traded the last time the horse traded at or above 50, and as you can see, it actually hit 50. So that would have been our lay bet matched, a back bet matched, and we would have had a green screen and the race would still be going on and we wouldn't care who won. And as you can see, the actual horse that did win was this one. So it dropped down 25.17, then went back below 9 as indicated by the pink. It went back up again but didn't go back to 50 because there's no more blue in there. And then the horse actually went on to win that race. But as I suggested, that's not what we're looking at here. We're just giving you an example demo of a later back scenario, and that horse would have actually been a winning trade for us. So you can see here on the summary tab, we've summarized all trades at this level. So we've got 5 days worth of data. It's still a relatively small sample size. And we've also got a calculation down the bottom. And this calculation is taken from our green up calculator, which is available on our Racing Bet Data website as a free downloadable file that will allow you to calculate the profitability of a later back. So we're suggesting here for the simulation purposes that we're going to put a liability of £50 on the lay trade, and the profit after commission, if we let that run, would have been £5 2p, assuming we're on a 2% commission. To break even in this trade, so the later back trade, we'd need to win 90.87% of the time. So you'd need to have your lay bet matched and then your back bet matched 90.87% of the time to break even. Now, as you can see from the actual output of these 5 days, this particular trade would have won 91.9% of the time. So it's above this figure, indicating that it's profitable. So the calculations here show you on average that you would win 57p after commission with a £50 liability trading in this manner. So I can pump in some different figures here. I'm just going to put some at random. Update this. So the one I've just selected there, so laying at 2.26 and then backing at 3.4, just at random, you'd see would be an £18 loss per trade on average. If I go back to the example that I've shown you there before, we can add another layer to this. So we can then look at the number of runners in the race, and perhaps we want to look at races only that had 10 or more runners in it. And you can see then that the profit jumps up to an average of 74 pence per race. So this is where I've knitted together data that we already have in our data archive, so we can output that to find the number of runners in the race. So we've got this in column BZG here, using simple unique hooks like the date, the name of the horse, the course if necessary. You can then find information about the number of runners in the race, the distance of the race, and you can knit files together to help you do your analysis and output. So as I said before, this was a simple example file of how you can start using data that we provide in more than one form, bringing them together to give you some tangible analysis that can help you potentially profit in the future.